So I'm Felix, Ryder, and um, for me, I guess Paper Cranes has always been about struggling with isolation and how relationships can just get exasperated and have loads of problems just because you aren't together. That kind of separation making the heart grow fond, and how sometimes that's not true, and that being on screen with someone isn't quite the same. I think it's the reason it's important now for everyone to have this story is because lots of people are having this struggle at the moment. They're all suffering because of isolation, and I think we've all found that this has been like a way of showing some of like the pitfalls that people can go through, especially when they're isolated and they experience loss, or they experience isolation. They experience sort of like habitual addiction as well, to kind of cope with loneliness. And maybe by watching this film, people in the future, if we have more of these lockdowns to come, we'll see ways of avoiding these pitfalls. I guess that's kind of what I hope. Yeah.
Okay, so I am Vicky. My name's Victoria Carrick, and I play Kyra in Paper Cranes. Paper Cranes is a little short film about a bunch of relationships during lockdown, during the course of the coronavirus pandemic, and it features around these two main characters, P and Josie, and it sort of shows what they go through in their relationship alongside sort of what their friends think about it as well. It's just all about young relationships during lockdown. Yeah, The Cranes is it's a really nice little short film showing real relationships dynamics during lockdown. It's not massively centered around coronavirus and getting ill and things like that, which I think is quite nice. It's just sort of realistic of what people had to be like in lockdown, and how relationships and friendships and meetups have had to adapt during the virus. And yeah, I just think it's really reflective of what young people have had to go through over the last year. And it'll be really nice to come and watch. Relatable.
Hello, my name's Gibbons. I was part of the writing creative team. It kind of started off like at the start of the first lockdown. I think all of us were just looking around thinking, what do we do? It was quite a numbing effect, at least from my point of view. And this group, High 10, really came along and dragged me out of that numbness and that rut that I was experiencing at the time. Yeah, and it was just really, at first, just a lovely experience, having old faces and new faces come together and create something, even if it wasn't going to be anything good. A matter of fact, it turned out to be something amazing. But it was just lovely having a group of people together and creating something just for the sake of it. As we went along, the project became a bit more clear about what stories we wanted to take in, because at the start it was very much drawn from experiences we've heard in the news, our own experiences, because all of this was very new to us. And we laughed at a lot of stuff, ridiculousness. I can't say ridiculousness. Let's just say the wackiness. The wackiness of some things that happened in lockdown, but also the sadness that it brought to a lot of people for obvious reasons. And we can't just put all those ideas together and just see what happened. We just ran along with anything. We didn't have any restrictions or any barriers to contain us. We just thought, got a couple of ideas here, let's just take it together and see what happens. And from that, we come across a story about a group of friends in lockdown, and also ideas of relationships in lockdown, because relationships have taken on to a new dynamic for most people, viewed in myself, and that experience that comes along with it. And yeah, then we kind of got to develop the characters, done some read-throughs. We all done segments of Writing Each, so we'd meet every Saturday. It was Saturday, wasn't it? And we all each had given ourselves a scene each to do, and then once we got us that scene, we polished it off in a group, so gave each other feedback, read it through a few times to see how it sounded. And that was one thing I really liked, particularly was the read-throughs, because while myself I wasn't an actor or part of the shoot at all for this, having a read-through just really brought it to life. And I think for me it showed the potential of it all, because words on the page can be very powerful, but when you put voices to them like we did with this, it really was to great effect, and it made it come alive for us. And yeah, I don't know, like that is my experience on this project. I'm really grateful to be part of it. Amazing people, absolutely amazing people come together, and struggling time for all of us, and create something that's pretty damn good as far as I'm aware. Yeah. I hope you enjoy the show, and please hope you have a good new year as well. Thank you very much. Bye bye.